A woman was looking at herself in the mirror, and at that moment, she told her husband that she was thinking of going to the pool in that outfit. The man then gets mad at the woman and says she couldn't go with that outfit, because she had a lot of stretch marks and that would make him ashamed to be next to her. The woman then tells him that he should accept her the way she was and asks if he didn't love her. He says that he loved his wife, but that she couldn't go with that outfit, as that would make him feel ashamed to be next to her. She then asks if the man really thought he would feel embarrassed, and he says he knew that would happen. He then tells her to hurry up and change into another outfit so they can go. Some time later, they were running in the square when the man started to tell the woman that she should keep running because she was too fat. She then asks him to wait a bit, and then he starts saying that it was because she was too fat. She says she just needed to make a call, and then the man starts complaining about that too. She then takes her cell phone and calls a person, and meanwhile, the man begins to observe another woman who was exercising nearby. The woman tells the person who was talking on the phone that she was jogging in the town square and would be heading home soon. She says she won't be back for long, and then says she has something to do and hangs up the phone. At that time, she catches her husband's attention and asks why he is doing these things. She says that he was with her, but that he was looking at another woman. The man then says that that was a really beautiful woman and that she didn't have stretch marks on her body. The woman says that the other woman shouldn't have stretch marks, as she shouldn't have children, and that her husband should have thought about it, as she gave him a child. She says that the man should have more compassion for her, as they were married, and he should support her, and asks him to respect her. The man then says that she wasn't doing her best to lose weight as she couldn't run properly, and says that woman was much prettier than his wife, and then tells her to go back running so she can lose weight. She is very sad to hear this, and then runs back. Meanwhile, the man has been watching the other woman work out, and he seems to be very interested in her. He then continues to watch the other woman exercise, and then she starts running. She passes by the man and starts looking at him, and at that moment she throws her necklace on the ground. The man then picks up the necklace from the floor and starts running after the other woman. Later, she sits down in one spot and the man approaches, saying that she had dropped that necklace. She then thanks the man and asks what his name was. He says his name was Victor and asks what her name was. She said her name was Andrea and that she was delighted to meet him. He then says that he had seen her working out earlier and that she was really pretty. She then says that the man was very handsome too and asks if he often went to that park, but the man says that was the first time. She then said that she would go to that square a lot to take care of herself. The man then says that he could see the results she was having as she was so beautiful. She then asks what he did, and he says that he had some companies in that city and that, moreover, he really liked taking care of her body. Later, the man returns to his house and finds his wife sitting on the sofa, drinking something. He then asks what she was doing there and says that when he was done exercising, he couldn't find his wife anymore. She then says that she had just arrived and that she had run a lot in the square and that she was resting now. The man then says that she wouldn't get any results running so little and that she should try harder to get a more attractive body. He said that she didn't do anything inside the house and that she never cooked or did his laundry. He said that when the woman cooked, she only cooked very fatty foods and that this would make her even more fat. He says she looked like a fat pig. The woman then asks why the man doesn't accept her the way she was, and the man said that would never happen, because he was ashamed to be by her side. He says he was ashamed of the woman's body, and then he says he was already tired of that relationship. He said he didn't want to be with her anymore and that he was tired of having a relationship with her and that it was over. For what had happened between the two of them. Some time later, the man was with another woman. They were lying in bed and the woman said that she was very happy to be together with him. She said that she loved being with him, and the man said that he also really liked being with her, because she was totally different from his ex-wife. He says that, unlike his wife, his ex-wife was fat and that he wasn't attracted to her. She then says that she needed to talk to the man about something, as she studied hard and needed to pay her college tuition. She asks if the man couldn't help her with her college tuition and that she could help him in the future, since she was studying law. He then gets a little uncomfortable with that and asks how much her college tuition would cost. She then says that she paid a lot of money for college tuition, and the man is very surprised to hear the amount and says that her college must be very good. She then says she was the best in town and asks if the man could help her. The man says he didn't have all that money at the time, but that he had some and could give it to the woman. He then hands over the money he had, and the woman says that she would need more than that, because with that she would not be able to pay even half of the monthly fee. The man then told her to be calm about it, because soon he would receive it and that when he received it, he could give her more money. Some time later, the woman calls the man. She then asks why the man is taking so long to come home, and the man says he was very busy. She then says that she needed the man to come back so they could talk. She then says that there was a lot missing from her house and that the man should do something about it, but he says that he had nothing to do with that, as they no longer had a relationship. The woman then says that they had a child together and that he should do everything to be able to buy what their child needed. The man then says that that month was very difficult for him, as he had several expenses that he did not count and that he had to pay much more than he received. She then says that the man had decided to leave the house, but that he still needed to buy things for their son. The man then said that he didn't have any money that month as he had to pay a lot of bills, and then hangs up the phone. At this point, the woman realizes that the man had hung up the phone and gets mad at him. Some time later, the man was with the other woman in his car. He asks her if she enjoyed the ride they had taken, and she says that she really enjoyed being with him. He then said that he also really liked being by her side, and then she asks how his wife was doing. He says that she was his ex-wife and that he was already divorced. The other woman then says that she needed the man's help as she needed to go to the dentist to have some procedures done on her tooth so that she could look prettier for him. She says he was the only one who could help her, and then the man asks how much it would cost. She then tells the man the price it would cost, that she would need more money next week as it was something she would have to do twice. The man then. She then says that if the man didn't have the money to pay for the things she wanted, he wouldn't be able to stay with a woman like her. The man then says that he was going through a difficult time at his company, but that she could rest assured that he would be able to pay her everything she wanted. He then says that to help him, she could start working too, but the woman says that she would not do that, because she was very beautiful and that would make her not able to study and not be able to preserve her beauty anymore. She then says that the man would not be able to date a beautiful woman like her without money. She says that that way they would have to break up, but the man asks her not to do that, because he would get the money for her. He asks her not to leave him and then asks if he could give her the money in 2 months, but the woman says that she couldn't wait that long and says that she needed the money right now. He doesn't know what to say, so the woman says that if he didn't have money to stay with her, he shouldn't look for her anymore. She then gets out of the car and tells him to delete her number and that he shouldn't look for her anymore as she doesn't want to be by his side anymore. This makes the man very sad and he starts remembering the good times he had with his ex-wife. Some time later, the man was walking through the square and at that moment, he met his ex-wife. She then greets him and says that they haven't seen each other in a long time. The man says it really has been a long time, and then she asks if the man doesn't run around that spot anymore. He then says that he was too busy with his company as it was taking up all of his time and so he couldn't exercise anymore. He then said that he could see that his ex-wife had lost a lot of weight and praised her for that. She then says that she took good care of herself now. The man then asks if she had ever remarried and she says she was in another relationship. At that moment, the woman's new boyfriend arrives and gives her a kiss. She then said she needed to leave and then the man says she was doing great. They then say goodbye and the man leaves regretting what he had done.